2, 3. Let's do this. Let's do this. Come on, come on. Please work. Please work. Please work. Please work. Perfect. 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 Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Division 1 Season 2 PlayStation in SBS. So currently we actually had a lobby restart. Had a lot of problems today, all caused by F1 quali. But of course we cannot miss out on that, so we had to do what we had to do, and we're back here in SBS Division 1. So lobby restart, of course, as I said before, and a new so we're going by the qualifying results, and yeah, we're on the formation lap right now. Drivers are getting ready to start the race, and I'm just making sure that everyone's in the correct grid position. Yep, yeah, everything is good. I'm gonna set up now, and then we'll be racing in a few minutes time, guys. In the comments, write who you think is going to win this race, and yeah, we'll see. We will see. This should be a fun one. Belgium always provides some great racing. Hopefully it does the same tonight in Division 1. We can see Romantic aggressively warming the tyres as he's about to be overtaken. I mean, about to be, I'm not sure how you say it, controlled by the AI into the final chicane. And now they line up on the grid, tyres are warm, and they are ready to go. Top 10 should be all on the softs. So that's a bit interesting from Zenhin Ho. Starting on the mediums. Yeah, Zenino can start on the mediums. Yeah, okay, makes sense. Okay, and now we're ready to go. Drivers are just lining up on the grid. Hopefully we can get a good angle. There we go, we can get a good angle from Cobras. Final car on the grid is LFR_Scotty, and all the drivers ready up. And as soon as the final one is ready, we are going to be going 4, 5, and it's lights out. And away we go in Belgium. It's go, go, go. A magnificent start by Scotty, and he's making up position to set a wonderful start from the McLaren driver into P1. What a start for him. Further down, what's going on there? A lot of chaos as the Ferrari of Border goes wide, and so far Scotty leads the way, but Ramonitich just behind. But here comes Ramonitich right behind Scotty. He's got the slipstream, he's got the toe. He pulls over to the side. He's going to have the outside line, going into Radion. They're side by side. Scotty, so far he's in front. Around the outside goes Ramonitich, and Scotty spins. His race is over on the first lap, and that is so unfortunate for him. Once again, just like Austria. And that is just so unfortunate for him. And Ramonitich and JCat currently P1 and P2 as we speak. Further back you can see Embrick battling it out with Owen, and he has to concede the position. Border making up positions. He's now into P17, and Romantic still leads the way. Further back though, we have a nice battle going on. Let's see what Leighton's up to. He's in P12 now, right behind the AlphaTauri reserve driver of Tokarola, and then Temp making up positions. Into P10 goes the Haas driver. A very nice start from him as we're rounding off lap 1, and then a nice camera angle. This could help me in making some nice TikToks. So thank you F1 for that camera angle, and no thank you for your terrible game which caused us to lag out. But yeah, apart from that, Narval catching up to Crispal and FM Cobras as he's going to have to slot in now, going to the final chicane of the lap. But he could be making a move on the Alfa Romeo, the switchback of dreams. Could it be? No, not yet. He's going to have to slot in behind for the meanwhile. Will he go for a dive bomb into turn 1? No, he will not. So we see Jax Gaming first retirement of the day is from the McLaren driver of Jax Gaming. Further back, Tokarola make the move on Temp. The reserve driver's making these moves, showing what he's got into the top 10, into the points. Goes Tokarola. This is so far very impressive from him. Himadina on his debut. The debutant is being closely followed by XD Paco in the Williams. who is actually going to pull over to the side. He's got the inside line, has XD Paco, and the Dutchman is in front of the Spaniard, and that is P8 for him. More games is up into P7. The Haas so far so good, and further up in front, Ramonicic pulling away, the two Mercedes in fact pulling away. The gap is now 2.1 seconds to Cobras, and then Crispel in P4, and then Mazen Narval following closely behind the Alfa Romeo of Crispel. First penalty of the day is awarded to Tokarola. Now we're going to see the tyres, because this is a crucial factor in this race. Most people start on the softs except for Himedina, Temp, Owen and Embrick, who are all opted for the medium, so they're going to be doing the opposite to the soft runners. Soft runners going to be boxing at around lap 10 or so, just before lap 7 maybe. Very long track and a very long race indeed. 22 laps with the average lap time around 140, 140 in the 140s, maybe even 150. To see Mazen Narval, he was looking down the inside of the Alfa Romeo, but doesn't go for the move just yet. We see JCAC closing on his teammate, goes fastest lap for the Mercedes of JCAC, as they currently 1 and 2. Kalman will be very happy with this so far. Let's go further back, because in the midfield is where the action is. As Jano Otmir calls it, the dogfight is in the midfield, and it certainly is. As you can see, Scotty looking to gain positions. Will he make a move on Leighton out of El Rouge, and now into Radion they go. I think it's Radion. If it's not, then I've fucked it up already in my commentary. We see JCAC makes a move on Romanicic up in front, and Narval makes a move on Crispel. So JCAC has been reducing the gap to Ramonicic, and he's in front now. The gap used to be 7 tenths, now it's 3 tenths in favour of JCAC. And Zenhino, I think he spun. Owen and Embrick having a go at each other. Embrick in front of Owen for now. Temp down in P14, not sure what happened to him. Maybe the mediums aren't working. Scotty still stuck behind the Williams, looking to get past. He can't do so for now, but he's going to have to if he wants to get into the points, get back where he was. He looks to see if there was a space, but he thinks better of it, and he stays in P12, Leighton in P11. And we could see Himedina and Tokarola having a nice little brawl there, and Leighton very close, and so is Scotty. You see around the outside goes Himedina. Will he make the move? No, it's 4 wide, 4 abreast into the chicane. What's going to happen here? Scotty's forced onto the grass, and he spun out. Scotty is out of the race, and I think he's going to retire now from the race. So unfortunate for him. I'm not sure what happened there, and that is, if he retires from the race, that is a McLaren double DNF, and it's going to be a McLaren 18-17. He goes into the boxes, so he's going to keep going unless he does retire in the boxes. He retires, he's DNF'd, and that is 2 McLarens both out of the race, and that is so unfortunate. We're going to have a check up on Discord, see what's going on in the driver's paddock. And JCAC and Ramonicic still going at it, and Leighton and Scotty I think had a bit of contact. Williams, P8 and P9, not much going on other than that. We can see top 4, 5 and 6 all having in a DRS reign for now. Sector 2 and Sector 3 we've got yellow flags, and I think that is a Haas of Temp, who's down positions into P15. He goes. Border making up positions now into P11 from P18. Double McLaren DNF. Freddie will be extremely extremely angry as of right now. Cobra's 3-second time penalty, and Border Bolt following Embrick around. We can see he's currently the fastest man on track as goes purple in sector 2. This is man to watch. One man to watch is Border Bolt, as he is going fastest so far on the track. Temp with wing damage. I'm not sure what's going on there. Dylan, 9/10 is the gap between him and Cobras. You see the top few are very close to each other. They're all within the DRS, so they're forming a DRS train. All very, very close to each other. Let's have a check up on Xbox and see what's going on there. And some action going on behind. You see Dylan, something's happened to Dylan. What's going on there? Dylan slowed down. I think he's got wing damage. Something's going on with the Alpine. Temp boxing onto the hard. He's going to go into the end of the race. Let's see what he can do. He's certainly one to watch. Not great luck so far. Narval is catching up to the two Mercedes drivers. We saw this in Jeddah, an absolute scrap between the top 5. Could we see it again in Belgium? Could we see a repeat? And we see Chris Bull closing in on Cobras. And look at Paco into P6 as the Dutchman. This is an outstanding performance for him so far. He's been resting in the bottom few these past few races, but now he's into P6 and really showing what he's got is the Williams driver. Through El Rouge he goes, now into Radion. He's not within the DRS of Chris Bull, but more is within the DRS of Paco. So could he be going for a move? No, he won't. See the Irishman more with an Irish helmet to just demonstrate how Irish he is. And we see Dylan overtaking Embrick, and he's into P11 whilst Embrick is down in P12 and suffering at the moment. Zinino P14, 10 P15, and Himadina into the boxes onto the hard component tire in P16. So Martin Narval is out of the DRS of JCAC. He needs to get back in there. He needs to use the DRS because this would be game changing. He needs to stay with the front two if he wants a chance to win this race. We see 6 out of 22 laps completed. Yellow flags in sector 1. I think that was at Haas, so not very sure what went on there. We've got 4 watching. For those 4 people, hello. Narval is now with no DRS to. Oh wait, what's going on with JCAC? He's boxed out. Oh my god, I need to watch this race. I'm on Discord too much. Let's have an update. I'm gonna update you guys on what's going on. So we can see further back Dylan and Embrick having an absolute amazing scrap, them two, in fighting for P8 and P9. We can see Embrick leaving Dylan just enough space. Dylan down the inside, he tries to go. Embrick leaves him enough space, and Embrick is currently in P8, holding on. So close it's Dylan to Embrick bosses. Now they head into this twisty section of the track. Dylan stays in front. Dylan gets the move done down the inside of the Aston Martin, and Tokarola benefiting off of this into P10 he goes, and we get within the DRS of these two, and they're still having an all-out dogfight, as Jan Altman would say, in the midfield. Further up, we can see Romantic running away with the lead. JCAC boxing early, a very aggressive undercut from JCAC, but it could pay off. We saw Jan Altman doing this in I think PSGL or F1 Esports. I think this could be JCAC's sign that he's doing something right. He's following Mr. Jarno Opme, and Narval into the boxes, and so is Leighton, all boxing very early in lap 8 of this race, but the earliest, the first into the boxes was JCAC, so we have to keep an eye on him. He's got the best tyres now, he's got the freshest ones, but of course on the end of the race he's going to have the worst tyres. And top 6, sorry, he's still yet to box. JCAC up into B7 now, as he's going to be having some fun here. He's going to be losing some time, as he's going to have to catch up to Ambrick, Border, all those drivers, and he's going to have to really fight if he wants to win. We can see Tokorola leaving the session, very unfortunate for him. Not sure what went on there. Owen following closely behind JCAC. Will he go for the move? No, he's going to stick behind JCAC out of the ERS. We can see he's below 15%. He's flashing. Oh, we could see Owen nearly losing the rear. Wow, that was epic from the Alpine. That was extremely cool. That was amazing to see. That was crazy. That was really nice. I'm just simping over some guy losing his rear end. Wait, no, that was epic from the Alpine. That was a Max Verstappen. That was a Max Verstappen Abu Dhabi repeat. Look at that. Oh, that was cool. That was extremely cool from Owen, who is now trailing JCAC. And the fastest man is Border Bold. We can see in the Ferrari he is doing a great job, a magnificent job, and XD Paco up into the podium positions, Crispal P2 and Ramonicic in P1. He's into the boxes now. Is Ramonicic on lap 8 of this race, and so is Crispal, so is Paco, so is Moore, and so is that's all, actually, that is all. And Border stays out another lap. So Border is into P1 and now have a very good lap here, and I assume he's going to box long. And who else? Oh my god, I'm fucking this up. Sorry. And I think now all the soft runners are into the boxes who have onto the boxes except for Border Bolt. Narval, 3 seconds of penalties are unfortunate for him. And Embrick is 7 seconds behind as he's having a scrap with JCAC. Around the outside goes Embrick. JCAC slots into P2 of this race. Very nice from him. And you can see they're all very close. A mix of strategies here, a complete mix of strategy. We can see we're going on to the detail tyre. Yeah. We can see Owen and Embrick yet to box. JCAC has boxed, and Border also yet to box. He's taking these softs extremely long. He's taking them. He's extending this stint on the softs for as long as he can. We're on lap 9 of the race, and he still hasn't boxed. So his tyres, his medium compounded tyres, on the end of the race, they'll be very strong. We can see he's got basically no grip. He's struggling through these corners, but he's keeping it on track, and that is what matters at this stage. Embrick in P3, keeping it cool, keeping it composed, and keeping his car on the track, which is the most important thing. We can see Owen, this is very important. We see he's holding up Ramonicic in the Mercedes, but now he lets him by. No point in fighting him. He's faster. He's going to slot in behind and stick within his DRS. That's probably what he's thinking right now. And then behind him is Narval P6, who's actually very close to Ramonicic, and he certainly reduced the gap to him. Because the gap between them two is like 2 seconds the first few laps. And we see Border finally boxes. JCAC fastest man on the track now. 1:45.1 is the fastest lap of the race, and he's done it on the medium compounded tyre. Owen holding up Narval, so Narval really needs to get a move on here if he wants to stay closer on Ramonicic and really contest for the lead of the race. We see JCAC though pulling away completely from the rest of the drivers, and Owen is still now side by side with Narval. Narval needs to make the move here. It's now or never for the Aston Martin driver. The Spaniard needs to make the move. Hemedina retires. The Alpine has the inside. Aston Martin has the outside, and the Aston Martin will have the position. That is P5 for the Alpine. P4, sorry. It is P5 for the Alpine and P4 for Mazen Arval, who is just behind Ramonitic, and he's within the DRS, which is the most crucial part. He's stuck with the DRS, and that means that he can just tag along behind Ramonitic, even if he's a tad bit slower, because he's got the DRS and Ramonitic does not. Embrick Boss, basically in no man's land, and we see Ramonitic catching up to him. Jakak is the one in no man's land. He's just chilling out at the front in P1, and yeah, pretty much the race of dreams for him so far. Embrick and Ramonitic battling it out. Can Embrick keep Ramonitic behind, and for how long can he do so? Because this will be very important, because Ramonitic currently is losing a lot of time to his teammates. And Embrick Boss so far doing a great job of keeping the Mercedes behind. The Mercedes, well, he looks to make a move, but Embrick defends, and he does it extraordinarily well into that final chicane. Can he keep it up as they're going to head into the first corner and then into Air Rouge? So far, Embrick has done... He's defending like a champion. He's defending like a tiger, like a lion, as Fernando Alonso would say. And I think Ramonic will be able to make the move, though, up into Radion. Not sure, though. And we've got a safety car. I don't know why we have a safety car. That's a bit weird. So we have a safety car on the track. So this is good for all those drivers without penalties. This is extremely good for Embrick Boss, who stayed out on those mediums, and this is going to play perfectly into his hands, as he's on 10 lap on mediums, and now he's going to box, and he's going to have the upper hand to all the other drivers. Yep, we can see into the boxes goes Embrick Boss. Jakak maintains the lead, but we need to look at penalties, because this is another crucial role in who wins the race and who does not. Penalties, you can see a lot of tries with 3 seconds, Tokoloro with 8, I'm not sure what's going on there. Bit of an overload of penalties for him. So everyone with penalties has got 3 seconds. And so far, Ramonitic, Embrick, Crispal, Moore, Dylan, all those drivers, still no penalties. And more games comes out of the boxes just ahead of XFM Cobras, who's boxed for fresh soft, and he's going to go to the end of the race. And now it's waiting. It's a bit weird here to see if you're going to box or not. Jakak stays out, Ramonic stays out, Narval stays out, Leighton stays out, Border onto fresh mediums. Well, it's actually Border's got a very good chance of winning. We saw his pace, and now he's up at the front, and he's just got 3 seconds, which may be the thing holding him down. He's only on 1 lap on mediums though, so he won't be on the fastest compound tyre, but he's certainly in a good position. He's got a track position, so that is a very good thing for him. Hopefully we don't have the safety car too long, because we want to get racing. 10 laps left of racing, 10 laps left of cars going in the autistic circles, as I like to say. So now time for a very accurate analysis by your one and only SPS Bobby. We're going to do a race analysis. 12 laps of the race go by. JCAC, we saw he has the pace, doing fastest laps of the race and getting past everyone with such ease. So basically getting past, everyone with such ease is JCAC, who's into P1 in the Mercedes. A very good showing, but he's got 3-second penalties. Then further back is his teammate into P2 is Ramonitic. He's got no penalties, and we also saw that he's very fast, keeping up with JCAC in the opening stage of the Grand Prix. So he'll be one to watch, definitely. Then we've got Narval, also very fast. We've got Leighton, he's out of nowhere into P4. Out of absolute nowhere goes Leighton, and he's into P4 of the Grand Prix. Then we've got Border Bold, we saw he has the pace, doing some fastest laps earlier on. And then you've got Embrick Boss in P6, More Games P7, and look out for Embrick Boss. He is the first driver on fresh softs. He is the first driver, I repeat, on fresh softs with no penalties. So if there's anyone who's had the race made custom made for them, is Embrick. It's basically been going his way the whole Grand Prix. And then got More Games in the Haas, another decent showing from him. From Cobras in the Red Bull, he had a magnificent race in Austria. Hopefully he can keep that going here in Belgium. Then we've got Crispel, and then we have Dylan 25219, who's actually Lix13, Tokorola, Paco, Temp, Xenino, and then Owen, and we can see Temp on the fresh softs, Paco on 2 lap on mediums, and Safety Guy is still out. I think it should be in this lap, as we'll see the whole grid is very close together. And I'm not sure if the safety car's in this lap. For now, it doesn't seem to be. Still waiting. Still waiting. Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle all the way. You will find it is to ride on horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride on a one-horse open sleigh. Oh, we're racing in Belgium. The safety car restart, and we're go. Ramonitic and Narval going side by side into El Rouge. One has to back out. No, they're not backing out. They're going side by side. That's not a great idea. And as I said, shooting into the barrier goes Mazen Narval. Going side by side into El Rouge is not a great idea, and it will never have a great outcome. And into the barrier goes Narval, and Ramonitic into P2 of this race. JCAC still in P1. Border Bold in P3, making up the positions. One to watch, as I said. We've got Leighton in P4. More Games following closely behind in P5. And then Cobras in P6. And let's see some action behind. We can see Temp making up those places, making the positions in the Haas. He worked hard for this race. He's put in the practice, put in the hours, and hopefully he can take what's ours. Well, it's fucking that's cringy. As he's following behind Crispel, the Alfa Romeo driver now, and he's not had the best Grand Prix now. Luck hasn't been on his side, but he's certainly showing what he's got in the final stages of this Grand Prix. Further up, we've got Leighton, very close to Border. He's actually within the DRS still of Ramonicic. He's staying with the Mercedes drivers, and he's doing extremely well. He's out. Leighton's out of Border's DRS, and that's going to mean everyone behind him who's on fresher tyres is going to poach him. He's going to try to get past of Leighton. FM Cobras are going to be the first to try and get past Leighton, and then behind got more Dylan, Chris Bull, Temp, a whole DRS train, a whole bunch of drivers all looking to make up position. You see Dylan down the inside of more games they go. Please do not go side by side into El Rouge. Oh, and I think Moore will back out of it. Yes, he will, as he slots in behind Dylan for now. As we can see, it's going to be 3 wide, I think, as the Haas and Alfa Romeo certainly have the pace advantage on the Alpine. We see the rear view from the Alpine. Will they go side by side? It's 2 abreast into this corner. The Alfa Romeo on the inside. Down the inside he goes of more games, and then Temp, will he get past his teammate? Down the inside of his teammate goes Temp. Yes, he's going to get past, and he does so very nicely, just gets past, and that is 2 positions lost for more games. Leighton still holding on, but FM Cobras is past, and Border Bold is getting close, and he's getting closer and closer to the 2 Mercedes. Will he disrupt this Mercedes 1-2? Will he disrupt the Mercedes party? He's got 7 laps to do so, and I know by his pace, I know that he can do it. He won in Div 2 yesterday. Can he do the same in Div 1? It's very unlikely, but it certainly is a possibility. Dylan behind Leighton now, pushing him on the fresh softs, and it's almost certain that he will be getting past Leighton extremely shortly. So Leighton will be losing these positions very quickly unless he starts to defend like a lion, which he needs to do so to keep to hang on to this P5. But of course, every drive behind him is no penalty, so that's not going to benefit him. It's not going to benefit him at all. Chris Bull, P7 still, and then the 2 Haas drivers. Temp is gaining these positions like crazy, and Border is very close now to Ramonicic, and you can see he's on the soft. The 2 Mercedes drivers are on the mediums. What could Border do into Radion? There is no way that if you told me Border would be competing, you'll be contesting for P1 in this race, would I believe you? And now it's happening. Down the inside, he spun it! The Mercedes has not left him enough space, and Border has spun it, and he is out of contention for P1 of this race. So unfortunate for him, and seems Mercedes will be keeping their 1-2 unless Dylan can do something about it. He's got no penalties. Dylan could be on for a P3, for a podium. That could be very highly possible. Sinhinho gets a 3-second time penalty, and Dylan is now the one who needs to hang on to the Mercedes. FM Cobras is very close to JCAC, and we see the tyre advantage is starting to show, and we can see the Mercedes drivers are starting to lose it with the tyres. 8-lap-old mediums for JCAC and 6-lap-old mediums for Ramonicic. They can go to the end, but of course there's going to be drivers behind them on way fresher tyres, and they're on soft compound tyres which have more grip, and since they are fresher than ever, it is now which they're going to be overtaken now, which so the Mercedes drivers will be only getting slower. FM Cobras will also be getting slower, but he'll be still faster, if you know what I mean. So currently they are all at the fastest now. FM Cobras, he'll be looking to make a move on JCAC, and then further back Dylan just chilling behind, and he's within the DRS of FM Cobras, so it's good for him. Oh no, he's out now. It's a second and a bit for him. Will FM Cobras go down the inside of JCAC? Yes, he will. What can he do? JCAC leaves him the space, and FM Cobras has spun. The pressure got to him. He took too much curb, and that is FM Cobras spinning on that curb. And wow, this is a hell of a show now. As we can see, it's now a drive to survive taken to a very literal level, as Dylan is now into provisional P2 with JCAC having 3 seconds worth of penalties, and Ramonitic is soaring away into the distance, but of course 7-lap mediums will not help him at all in his ventures for P1. Border Bolt has retired from the session, he's out. Will this be another safety car? It will be another safety car. It's the second safety car of the day, and this is exactly what Dylan wanted and exactly what Jacob did not want. 9-lap-old mediums, and if he does not box, he will be out of contention for the race, for the win I mean, and if he does box he'll also be out of contention for the win unless he overtakes a lot of cars, which is possible but not very probable. So yeah, we just have to wait and see. Is that Dylan into the boxes? Yes, it is. Dylan boxes, Temp boxes, Crispal boxes, Leighton boxes, more boxes, Owen boxes. Zanino stays out. Paco stays. No, Paco boxes. Cobra's boxes. Tokorola does not box. The two Mercedes drivers are not boxing. Oh my word! This is going to be crazy. This is going to be. Wow, this is going to be a hell of a show. It's going to be an absolute hell of a show. Whoa, another late safety car. We saw this in Div 1 in the many past races, and we're going to see it again. And I'm not sure if this is the right call from the Mercedes drivers. Seems to be the complete wrong call, because if they box they would still be in P1 and P2, but now they're on 10 and 8-lap-old medium compound tyres, and this is not going their way whatsoever. You know, they have the pace, but do they have the strategy? That is very questionable. They do have the pace, so if they can keep this win, if they can keep this lead, that would be absolutely crazy. And we see Zaninho is back, and he is, I think he has a lot of penalties actually. If we look at penalties, no, yes, 6 seconds, so yeah, he does have quite a lot of penalties. Leighton 6 seconds also, and then everyone else has 3 except for Tokorola, who's got 8. And we're going to go back to the tyres. You can see Tokorola on 9-lap-old mediums hasn't boxed either. Zaninho is on 6-lap-old 6-second penalty, I mean, and he's actually on 6-lap-old mediums. So that's not great for him, and top 3 need to box, so provisional P1 of this race is basically Dylan. So I think Ramonitic should box now, but he won't be in contention for the win, and he's going to stay out, I think, because if he does box, then he'll not be in contention. Yeah, they're both going to stay out, and we can see here it is confirmed Mercedes will go to the end of the race on 8 and 9 and 11 lap-old mediums, whilst everyone else is on fresh softs. And the safety car is still out. Everyone is very bunched up though, so it will be 2 laps of racing. And I think Ramonitic and Jake are going to have to pull out an absolute masterclass if they want to stay in P1 and P2, if they want to lock out the front row like they did in qualifying. And I think it's highly unlikely, as now we're into Sector 2, going extremely slow. And this is probably the most boring part of commentary is when there's a safety car, because you're just sat here looking at drivers stuck behind us either slow car. 2 laps of racing, and it's going to be chaos. It's going to be repeat of Jeddah. basically, and I hope it is, because in Jeddah we saw some absolutely magnificent racing, some superb racing in Jeddah. Hopefully we can see that as well here. Embrick Boss retires. He knows he won't be in the points. And now XD Paco is the last of the current runners. Tokrola P8, Leighton P7, Crispal is in P6, and we've got Temp, Dylan and Zaninho, Jakak, and then Ramonitich. And I just want to say a huge round of applause to Mr. Temp here, who is in the Haas. He spun twice on the opening stages of this race, and he's now up into P5. He's got 3 seconds penalty though, so that's going to come back to haunt him. Zaninho has 6, Leighton has 6, so Corolla has 8, Cobras and Owen both have 3. And now safety car will be in this lap, as we're going to go racing very shortly, and this time I'm not going to miss the restart, because last time I was looking at Discord, because I have a very short attention span, if you didn't know. So you know, I need some action going on, otherwise I get very bored very quickly. And we're going to get racing very, very soon. Let's see what Ramonitich and Jakak have. They need to pull something great out of the bag, and firstly they need to perfect this safety car restart. When are we going to go racing? We're not going racing, and it's go, go, go! It's the safety car restart, and we're into lap 20 of the race. 2 laps left of racing. Jakak and Ramonitich pulling away from Zaninho. Further back, Temp looking to make the move. He's right behind Zaninho here. And will he make the move before El Rouge? Oh, they're going side by side. This is not a good idea whatsoever. Oh no. Okay, he slots in behind, so that is fine. That is good. Oh, I was scared for both of them for a second. And now into Radion. This is where Temp can go for a move, as he's going side by side with Zaninho. Dylan looking to get in on that action as they go 4 abreast. What's going to happen here? Temp. And how are they not crashing? Dylan's crashed, Dylan's spun, Dylan is out. Cobras is also out of this session. Sector 1, Sector 2 yellow flags. And now Temp is up into P3 of the race. Zaninho P4, Crispal P5. And I don't think it'll be another safety car. And now the Mercedes drivers are still 1 and 2. Can Temp spoil their party though? Can Crispal spoil their party? We're going to have to wait and see. So far, Ramonitich is going to win the race. There is no way that he pulls this off with a 10-lap-old mediums. Surely someone's going to have to challenge. We got Temp. He's going to be challenging these 2 drivers as he's right on Jakak's tail. What can he do? Can he get past Jakak? He's going to go for the outside. Will he make the move into the chicane? He's literally pushing him through that corner into the flat out corner, which practically isn't a corner, just like Austria turn 2. Into the chicane. Will he go for a move down the inside? No, he's going to slot in behind for now. And will we go for the switchback of dreams? Very close now to Jakak. Ramonitich is pulling away. There is no way that Ramonitich pulls this out the bag. We've got 2 laps left of racing now. And Temp down the inside of Jakak. He goes, and now can he catch Ramonitich in time? It's go, go, go for Temp. He needs to go fast. He needs to drive the wheels off of that car. More games in P5. Crispal P4. And Jakak is down into P3, but he's coming back at Temp. They're going side by side into Radion. Temp has got the inside line, but Jakak seems to have better pace as they go side by side. They leave each other space, and Jakak has to give Temp the vision. Temp is into P2, and Jakak now just battling so his teammates can win the race. He's doing some teamwork, making the dream work, as I would say. And Temp is now hunting down Ramonitich. Hopefully he can win on track. That would be nice for himself. More games in P5, just behind Crispal. Now we've got Zaninho, XC Paco, Owen, Tokrola and Leighton. Ooh, more games gets a little bit out of shape, and you can see Temp closing in on Ramonitich. I think he's going to get past in this final lap. Will Ramonitich get a penalty though? I don't think so, but if he does, then it is game over for him. And Temp is ever so close. He will have the DRS this lap, and it's going to be lap 22 of 22 very, very soon. Yellow flags in sector 3. Someone's had a spin. Owen's had a spin. And that is the Alpine of Owen, spinning around, and that is very unfortunate for him. And Romanitic and Temp so far very close to each other. Will Temp go for a move, or will he slot in behind knowing that his P2 is already safe, or will he go for the move and get the track position into P1? He's going to go down the inside of Romanitic. What's going to happen here? They're not very close, but they will be into the corner. Temp still side by side, flashing as he gets past, and Romanitic does not fight him, and there is no way that Temp pulls a 3-second gap. There is no way. It's possible, but Romanitic has to mess up like big time if he's going to lose 3 seconds to a Temp, and he's going to stay within the DRS for now. And this is crumbling for Mercedes. We see JCAC overtaken by Crispell. This is sad for JCAC as he's tumbling down the order, and Crispell is in P3 currently, and JCAC following closely behind, but he's got a penalty. Romanitic, 9/10 is the gap between him and Temp. I think Romanitic will come home to win the race. Mercedes driver has done absolutely amazing performance. He's drove the wheels off of that car. He's absolutely fully sent it. He's made the right call, it seems, as he stayed out, even though if he boxed, he still would have been P1. But yeah, he's made the right call, it seems, and it paid off as he entered the final chicane. Romanitic rounds the final corner, and it's going to be the first win for Romanitic in SPS across the line, and it is P1 for Romanitic, the Mercedes driver into P1. What a spectacular performance by Romanitic, and that is fully deserved. He drove the wheels off of that car this evening, and just amazing performance from him. You can see Temp P2, Crispell P3, and then more adjustments out on the podiums. XD Paco into P5, JCAC tumble down the order into P6, Zinhino P7, Tocorola P8, Owen P9, and then Leighton comes home in P10. The drive of shame, I call it, as everyone's waiting on Leighton to finish off the race. I don't think he had the best of luck. And there we go, the race is finished, it is over. And we can see the final standings. Romanitic P1, Temp P2, Crispell P3, Moore into P4, Paco P5, JCAC P6, and Hino P7, Tocorola P8, Owen P9. P10 is Leighton, then DNFs, Cobras, Dylan, Embrick, Borda, Mazanaval, Himedina, Scotty, Jack, and that is everything. We're going to look at the race director instance. We're going to go through the race director because Leighton loves it when I do that. And there is the race director for Mr. Leighton. And yes, that is all, and thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed a pretty decent race, some good battles, and hopefully we can get the same, even better, hopefully, in Monza. Round 8 is Monza before the Easter break, so make sure to tune in live. It won't be the same time, actually. It'll be at 7 PM GMT, like normal, because we had to delay this race. So yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed anyways. It was a sunny race in Belgium, and hopefully you guys are very happy after that race, and we'll see you soon, 1 week from now. Thank you all for watching, and